Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday morning here in Colorado. I have a window view right now. I'm over in the Denver Central office, and the mountains look gorgeous. Okay, so thank you so much for joining. We are going to be streaming a little education piece on inTouch. I am going to be going through today how to add photos to your website and also how to add video. If I have met with you in person, hopefully we talked a little bit about the importance of video in marketing and the things that you're doing. And, you know, I always stand by, if a photo says 1,000 words, imagine what a video says. And so make sure, and what I'm talking about really in terms when I say it says 1,000 words, what I'm talking about is that SEO value, so your search engine optimization. Through Coldwell Banker, through our platform of inTouch, you are given this amazing agent website that you can, you know, really take ownership, take it on as much as you want. You can add content, but really the entire goal is to really build up and drive that search engine optimization. What that means is just a fancy way of saying that you are wanting to become searchable on the internet. So when somebody types into Google or Yahoo, whichever search engine that they are using, and they type something like, you know, looking for a home in and around the Parker area, we want to start competing. And when I say we, I'm talking about you with your website. You want to start competing against other websites who are trying to earn that traffic trying to earn the ranking, on the Google, on Google whenever somebody searches something. So let's say I'm that client and I just search looking for a home in and around the Parker area. By you working on your website and adding much more content that probably talks about Parker, talks about different communities in and around Parker, maybe you have some video on some broker opens that you went with the office, maybe you have a video of you eating at your favorite restaurant in Parker, something of the sort. All of that stuff, what you are putting onto your website, all of that is helping you to really bump up in the search rankings in Google. So whenever you do Google something, you have a ton of search results. The person or the company that comes in at number one, those people have, teams and teams of operators kind of behind the scenes who are working on search engine optimization. Thankfully, you have a system within inTouch that helps you build out search engine optimization for your own website. And so again, what I'm going to go through today, I'm going to just really focus on adding video and adding photos to your website to really make that more appealing to the clients who you are asking to visit your website, and also to help build out that search engine optimization for yourself. So if at any moment in time you do have questions on anything that I am presenting on, please do chat in your questions. You may have to sign in with your YouTube account in order to chat in any of the questions. You can also sign in as a guest, so no need to create a full-on account. I do recommend it though, because that is how you can start posting videos to your website. It makes it very simple. Just upload them straight to your YouTube channel and then post them directly onto your website. So something more to think about as well, to add into your repertoire of how you are marketing yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the NRT Gateway now. And like I said, if you have questions, please chat them into me, and I will be sure to be looking over at our chat box so I can answer anything that you might have. Thanks so much, and let's go ahead and jump into our NRT Gateway. Okay, everybody should be seeing my NRT Gateway screen. So if you do not know how to get here, you are going to be going to www.nrtgateway.com. From here, you would type in your Colorado Homes email address as your username, and then your password should already be set up with something that either you set up prior to us meeting, or you have set up on your own, or we set that up together whenever we did sit down. So what you're going to do, I'm in my NRT Gateway now, and I am going to play right here in this home base inTouch. It's my largest tile that I have within the NRT Gateway, and we tried to do that on purpose to keep this one front and center for you. It also just, briefly, your inTouch platform is also your CRM. It's not only the place that houses your website, but it's also that CRM for you. So we, again, are just going to focus on the website side of your inTouch platform today. I'm going to go ahead and click on Dashboard. That takes me into my entire inTouch system. And I'm going to come to the top right portion of my screen, find my name, and I'm going to click on Website. This takes me to the back end of my website. So this is how I'm controlling every part of my website. So I already have the front end, the client side, pulled up because I want everybody to see what it's actually looking like here. So I have, here's my site. I have nothing on my homepage, which is really sad. I want to show something. I shouldn't say I have nothing because the company at least puts something in here just so it doesn't, look like a blank site. But we want you to jump in and really, like I said, take ownership of this site and build it out to be anything that you'd like. So we're going to focus on adding some, little pizzazz here onto my home page. You also have a search page within here. People can come in and search for any active listings. You have a sell page. If you have not played in your sell page, please, after our webinar today, go in and just type in here, look for type in any parameters within here. Use your own home as an example. Click on get your free report and just start learning. Learn what your website is, putting out for your client. And not only that, but learn what types of communication you're receiving from Market Leader as well if a client were to fill this out. You also have a communities page, and you also have an about page. So this is everything about me. And another sad page here is there's actually nothing going on. So I've got two places that I'm going to use for today as just an example of how to add some more content. So we're going to focus on our home page, like I said, to begin. So I'm just toggling back to where we just were, which is in our inTouch account. And again, I found my name in the top right corner, and I went to website, and that brought me here. This is the back end to the website. I'm sorry if I'm going to be repeating, but I know sometimes it just takes us a little while for the things that I say to sink in. And so all of these hyperlinks over here are all going to control a different portion of your website. If you have a pro account, these pro features will be open to you. If you do not have a pro account, these are not going to be open. If you are wondering, what is the pro account? You can come into upgrade options and you can learn a little bit more about that pro account here. So I am going to go into the pages of my website because I want to work on the individual pages. So to do that, I'm going to click on Pages. And this drop-down menu is correlating to all of the page names on my website. So all right here. So you all can venture a guess. If I want to work on my home page, I'm going to be in my inTouch account and I'm going to click on my home page. That's going to allow me to come into this text box and type anything I want. I can type anything I want. I can click Save. And if I go back to my home page and just refresh, this all happens in real time. Here we go. So obviously I do not want that to stay on my page, but I just wanted you to see how quickly this can happen and how easy it is to start customizing. So you've got the idea of where we go to start editing. You can see the front end of the website. I now know whatever I do on my homepage, it's all going to show up in kind of this middle section on the right side, so I know what I'm working with. I want to jump into photos. So with photos, you want to first let Market Leader know that you own the photos. And so I know once I say that, everybody's going to start asking, what do you mean own? I don't, I'm not the photographer. I don't own all of, a huge bank of photos. No worries there. Coldwell Banker has got you covered with different photos if you would like. And I would say to snag photos off of coloradohomestyle.com. Basically, anything that Coldwell Banker is putting out, you have full rights to use. So anything on a Coldwell Banker website, that could be coldwellbanker.com, coloradohomes.com, coloradohomestyle.com, which is our blog, anything put out on any one of our Facebook, social media pages, that could be Coldwell Banker's Facebook page, a Pinterest page, so on and so forth. Anything that's put out by Coldwell Banker, you have the authority to use those photos. So the first thing that needs to happen is you need to find what photos you want to use. And you're going to store them into your photo bank here in inTouch. So a couple things going on. My end goal here is to get photos and video loaded on my homepage. In inTouch, the first thing to do to get photos on your website is you need to load photos into your system. So to do that, you have a marketing center here, and this is where you actually store your photos. So in my marketing center, I have a tile here called images. If I click on images, these are all of the images that I have stored in my Market Leader inTouch system. So again, if you want to use any photos on your website or on anything so you can't just drag and drop onto your website page or anything like that, you need to first store them here. So again, I'm in marketing, I clicked on marketing, and I clicked on images, and this is where I'm storing my photos. So where do I get my photo? I'm going to use our Coldwell Banker Colorado blog as my example, where I'm going to go look for photos. So I'm going to come over here. I actually already have our blog open, coloradohomestyle.com. If you don't know that one, feel free to type that one in. Give me one sec. I'm also answering on our chat box here. Oh, this is actually a great question. So thanks for posing it, Sean. The question is, how do you place a video over a photo? When I publish, there must be a frame that causes the video to drop below the photo. So I will actually show you within this webinar how to do that. So just give me 1 second to do that. But I do want to make sure everybody has this link here. So we're going to go to www.coloradohomestyle.com. Okay, that website is now in your chat box. So I'm on the Colorado Coldwell Banker blog. This is a wonderful resource. If you have not subscribed to the blog, please do. That way you can receive updates on all of the new information that's coming out on this blog. I use this blog, I would say, pretty much daily, mostly because of the role that I'm in with you all, and I do talk with you guys a lot about where to get content. But this is really, really good. We're going to be putting out our summer activity guide, which is awesome. I encourage all of you to come onto our blog, get that summer activity guide, pop it onto your website, and share that out via social media. Really good traction when you do something like that. So I'm going to come down here to our recent stories. I'm going to see what excites me. Well, a lot actually. So we've got no housework day. Oh, I like that. Maybe I want to do something kind of on the community. What if I click on Cherry Creek? So I'm in communities. I'm going to click Cherry Creek. I'm just looking for something good that I'd like to post on my page here. So welcome to Cherry Creek. This is great. If we have any Devonshire agents on the webinar right now, this is really good. You have an entire section here that's just on Cherry Creek. Even if you're not and you're still going to do business in there, you don't have to obviously be in that office, but I'm going to use this. So let's say that I'm specializing in this neighborhood. I'm going to right click on this image. Remember, since Coldwell Banker published this, I get to use it as a Coldwell Banker agent. So I'm going to right click on this image. I'm going to select Save Image As, and I'm just going to save it to my desktop for now. So it's downloading on my desktop. Now I'm going to go back into my inTouch account, and remember I was in marketing and I went to images because now I need to load that image into my my photo bank here. I'm going to select upload image, and I can select my file, and I'm forgetting what, oh, Cherry Creek is what it was. Open that. And you know what? I saw another file in there that I can select too. So I'm going to select another photo that I have, a Denver picture. Great. You can choose to categorize it. I'm going to categorize it. I'm going to say this is for my website. If I could spell website. I'm adding this as a website category. I'm going to upload. And great, it tells me my upload is complete. If I close that out now, I should have this loaded in my bank. Categories will help you find your items a little quicker. So here I've got website. There's that Cherry Creek photo that I just loaded. And then I have another one that's website, and that's the Denver photo that I just loaded. So perfect, that is step one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually click on this. This is now reading the photo from my inTouch account. I'm going to right click it. And what I'm going to do is copy the image address. So if you're taking notes, you want to load your photo first, then you pull your photo up. You're going to right click your photo, and you want to copy the address, because I need to tell my website where to pull the photo from. So I'm going to copy my image address. I'm going to close that. Now I'm ready to go post it onto my website. So now I'm going to find my name, go into website, click on pages. I'm going slow because I'm hoping that you're out there taking some notes down for when you're going to go and do this later. I'm going to hit my drop down, and I wanted to put this in my home, on my home page. I'm going to click home. I'm going to get rid of my little jokester comment there. So now I'm in my text box of my home page. I'm going to click on this insert edit image, and now it's asking me for source. So most of us usually started here and then just quit because we had no idea where to grab the source from. We had no idea what it was asking. Now this is making sense. So now I can just hit my right click again, and I'm just going to paste. And what I'm pasting is that whole entire address that I just copied from my image bank. I'm going to click OK. And there we go. I've got my whole photo. If I want it to remain that large, I sure can. I can also just drag it to the size that I want. So right now, I've actually got my settings where it's centered. You know, this could have been aligned left or aligned right. It doesn't matter. I'm kind of a center type person. And I can play with it, you know. So I want to drop it down a little bit. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say, thank you for visiting my site. If you are looking for homes in Cherry Creek, you have come to the right place. I like that. Alrighty. Now I'm just going to come down here and click Save. So here's the moment of truth. Let's see if it actually worked. I'm going to come over to my website again, my front side, my client-facing, the consumer-facing side, the regular website. This is just my .com. I'm going to refresh my screen, and if I had a drum roll sound effect, I would play it now. And there we go. Awesome. So clearly, I'd want to play with my spacing a little bit. I don't need my font that large, or maybe I do. I mean, I wear glasses as it is, and that's kind of helpful to have the font like that. So, you know. But maybe I want to clean this up. I don't need this huge gap, so I could just kind of play around and clean that. I can, move that a little bit more. I can add more photos if I wanted to do that. And that's actually what we're going to do next, because Sean, I'm going to actually answer your question now of how do you embed a video on top of an image. So let's just say I have a link to a video. Again, make sure that you can use the video. So I'm going to go to YouTube, because who doesn't love a good YouTube? From YouTube, I want to find something Coldwell Banker related. So I'm gonna go to our Coldwell Banker Colorado channel. I'm just going to YouTube, and I just typed in Coldwell Banker Colorado. This looks like a nice piece that I can share on my own. So I'm going to click on the Coldwell Banker Colorado story. And I don't need to play that. I'm just going to click pause just for our, purposes right now. I hope it's not playing. Yeah, it's not. So Sean, this goes to what you're asking, and just so everybody remembers, the question was, how do I place a video on top of an image? So that means that we are trying to, let me go find my website. What we're trying to do is basically make this interactive. So if somebody were to click on my photo, it takes them to the video. So I've got a video right here. I'm just going to take my link to the video. I'm just copying and pasting it. So I just did a right click, a copy. I'm going to go back to my inTouch account. Remember, I'm still in my website over here. I'm still in Pages. I'm going to go to wherever I placed that photo, which it was, oh, no, sorry, it was on my home page. I'm in my edit screen here. I'm going to highlight the photo. I just clicked it, and that highlights my whole thing. And this time, I'm going to click my link button. So if I click on Insert Edit Link, I click that button, and URL, it's asking me to paste the link of the URL. So I right-click and click Paste. I click OK. And now that makes this a hyperlink. My whole photo turns into a hyperlink now. If I click Save, what hyperlink means is it's just a live clickable area. If I click Save, I'm going to go back to my website. If you can see, I love tabs, and I just keep toggling back and forth between inTouch, the back end, and then the front side of my website. I'm going to refresh once more. And now I should now see that little finger pops up. That means I can now click this. I clicked it, and it drives me right to the YouTube page that I wanted. Perfect. Let me pause that because I don't need that to continue playing. But that takes me exactly to where I needed it to the video that I wanted to play. So Sean, I hope that answers the question that you were asking. So that's one way that you can do that. And think about it as well. So if I go back to my website, I'm going to click my back button. I can have this link to anything that I wanted. Maybe, I did that for example purposes, and I just found that video. But if I was trying to be strategic with my website, which is what you all are doing, you should probably link something. If I'm saying, if you're looking for homes in Cherry Creek, you have come to the right place. Maybe I need to add another sentence that says, click the photo below to start searching for homes in Cherry Creek. And then, I can add a link to perhaps my very own search page, and it just drives them right here. So I can, take that link and use that link as what I'm going to attach to my photo, and then it just drives a person to my search page. I can also find a link to, let's say, maybe I can just Google around for information about living in Cherry Creek, Colorado. Best places to live in Cherry Creek, Colorado. Okay, so I'd want to find a good one. I don't want to just start here. I don't want to waste your time and start Googling everywhere, but you all get it. We also have this amazing blog where I can just link straight to our blog as well. and choose that URL. But you get the idea. What I'm trying to say is you can be very, very creative and start creating hyperlinks to anything that you want on your website. And again, that is going to help you really earn and build up that search engine optimization, because when you start linking to other sites, that's great as well, because your website becomes the home source for where those links are living, which is really good. It's helping you on that back end search engine optimization side. And so that covers, again, the photo item. I'm going to do it one more time. I'm just going to do it a little quicker so we get the photo down, and then I'm going to move us over to how to upload a video. So again, for photos, it all starts in my marketing center. I first have to let inTouch know that I have the rights to use the photo that I plan to use, and I have to store it into my account. So first you're going to come into images, and you actually upload whatever image you plan to use in here. In my examples, I've been talking about using any images here on coloradohomestyle.com. I think that's a great place to grab images and also grab any content that you may want, and you can use that on your website. So you're going to click on upload image, and you just find whichever image you would like to upload. Choose that image, categorize it, and this time I'm going to use the Denver image as an example. So let's say I just uploaded that. I click on Denver, or I click on my photo, whatever the name is. I'm going to right click here because I need to grab that address. I need to be able to tell inTouch where this photo lives. It's that source. So I right click, I select copy image address. The name might be different, but what you're looking for is just to find the location. So you need photo address, image URL, anything like that, whatever shows up on your right click. It kind of depends on what browser you're in. I would say that Chrome is going to be the best browser for you to use inTouch. You might run into not having that button available if you're using Internet Explorer. So Chrome is a great one to use if you are running into any types of little linkage issues or anything like that. Chrome is a great browser. It's just a great universal browser. Doesn't matter if you're on a Mac, doesn't matter if you're on PC. I'm currently on a Mac. I know people tend to blame problems on Macs, but there is no difference. There's just kind of difference in how you use the item. So Google Chrome is my preferred browser to use. So I do a right click, copy image address. I can close that, and now I'm going to go back to my website, the back end to my website. I click on pages. I'm still gonna kind of play around here, and I want to add it to my home page. So I'm going to leave that there. I want to just keep adding another photo. So I'm going to come down, and I can play with my fonts. You know, I can bold stuff. I can make things much larger. So play with everything right in here. It's just like a regular Microsoft Word text box. I love living in this beautiful state. I'm going to click on my insert image. Here's that source button again, and now I just get to paste the address that I just took from the image, from my image library. Click OK, and here's that photo. I can make it bigger. I can make it very small. Whatever you'd like to do, you've got your sizing, so no craziness there. You don't have to mess with your pixels or your dimensions or anything like that. You just do, a regular resize of the photo. And then I click Save. I come back to my website, and let's see if it took. And it sure did. I love living in this beautiful state, and there's my photo there. So awesome. You all get the idea. You can add as many photos as you want to your homepage. You can add as much text as you want. You can add links within here, like I said. So that one still has our hyperlink. This one doesn't. Maybe I can, I can add one if I wanted to. I don't have to. So that covers adding photos to your website. You can do the same thing on any one of these other pages. I think an awesome place to just go photo crazy is going to be in your communities page. I think you have a ton of space to add photos, and there's a lot more. I can do more with photos, I think, in the community section. So, you know, if I'm taking a walk, if I'm walking my dog in the park, why don't I take a photo of walking the dog in my park? Or, you know, if I am eating at my favorite local restaurant, take a photo of that, and then I can start adding more stuff in here. You know, it was a beautiful day in Aurora. You know, I was visiting the dog park. Look, you know, wouldn't you love to be here too? You know, I'm obviously making this stuff off the top of my head here, but you know, you can get very, very creative. And again, the goal is to really continue adding more content on your site so you can build up that search engine optimization. So next, what I want to do is show you video. So I'm going to go, we're going to use the same video that I have as an example. And when I say we're going to add video to your website, what that means is it's a little different than this. So this is one way to do it. If I add a photo and then add a link on top of that photo, when I click that, you all saw that it drove me somewhere else, right? So that's one way. Sorry, I know that starts playing. That's one way that you can place video content. But another way to do it is you can actually embed a video onto your website. You can actually embed that video onto your website. And when I say embed, what that means is we can actually place a live video right here so that somebody will just click play and then it plays right on your website. I prefer that method because I like for somebody to just stay on my site watching videos opposed to them being driven elsewhere to watch a video. You can watch it right here. So to do that, what we're going to do is we find our video first. So I'm still going to use this video as my example. It's a good video to use. I'm going to come back into my website area. I'm going to first figure out, you know, where I want this to go, and I probably right now I'm going to go into our about page just because we've done good stuff on our home page. Let's add something to the about page. I'm going to add a little note here. Maybe I can say, you know, learn more about the great company, or learn more about the #1 real estate brokerage in Colorado. I'm writing that because I know what my video is about, and it's about the Coldwell Banker story. So I have YouTube open over here. I'm going to walk through this a little slower. So I've got my video, I'm on the page. This time I'm not interested in the link. I need a little bit of coding here. Don't worry, you don't have to actually code yourself, but I'm going to take the coding that's available here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down, I'm going to click on this share button. So if right below your video, you've got the title of your video, you have add to, you have share, and you have more. I'm going to click on share. That opens this screen here, and I've got share, embed, and email. I want to click on embed. Embed means I want this video to live somewhere. You're embedding it in another place. So I'm going to click on embed, and I'm just going to copy all of this gibberish that it gives me. That's the code for this video. It's the embed code. So I'm going to copy all of that. I'm just going to do a right click. I'm going to copy that. So now I have it. And I'm going to come back into my inTouch screen where I'm in my edit mode still. And a little different for this one, since I actually have some code, I'm going to click on my source code button. So I leave my cursor wherever I want to embed the video. If I wanted to have it centered, I can, you know, center my cursor now. If I want it on the right, wherever. So I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to click on my source code button. And that is this button here. I don't know if I need to zoom in for everybody. Let me just zoom so you guys can see the button that I'm clicking. It's this button right here. It's your little, if you've got your third graders, it's our alligator symbols for math. You can click on this, that's your source code. I'm gonna unzoom because it gets a little in my face here. So, oops. Let me get rid of this because you wouldn't have any of that in there anyway. Let me click on that. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna paste that code that I had. I just paste it. This doesn't make any sense to me. Don't worry, I'm not expecting that it's making sense to you. You just need to know about the copy and paste function and where you're grabbing your stuff from. You don't have to be an HTML expert because I surely am not. So I just pasted that embed code that I have. I click OK, and there's my video. And it comes with a play button. I'm going to just backspace here because I just want to bring it up a little closer to my wording. I'm going to come down and click Save. And then let's go back to my website. And remember, I did that in my About page. So I'm going to come here I'm going to go to my About. And there it is. Learn more about the #1 real estate brokerage in Colorado, and I should be able to click play. Perfect. So you all see the difference now between embedding the video, and Sean, I saw your comment, and I think that that's what you were looking for, is this rather than overlaying a video on an image. So hopefully that answered it, but you all see the difference now between embedding your video. This is embedding. I've got it loaded onto my page. You can click play straight from my website, so that's embedding, versus my other page over here on the home page where I just have a hyperlink that drives you somewhere else. So there's no wrong, oops, I didn't mean to totally get out of that. There's no wrong way to do that. They're just different. So like I said, my preference is to actually have it embedded because I like keeping somebody on my website versus having them navigate elsewhere. It's just nice to have everything built into the website. Okay, so let me do that again, and we're going to find another video. And this is kind of good too because I like to just let you know that you have a ton of resources out there, in the internet ether, a ton of Coldwell Banker resources. So whichever social media you go on, let's say you're a big Pinterest person or a big Twitter person, Instagram, anything at all, Coldwell Banker has an account. So if you just search for Coldwell Banker or Coldwell Banker, Colorado, you're going to find a lot of content. We've got, a lot of offices even have their own office page, so you can also go to your own office page. I know our Colorado Springs office is really active with their Facebook page. They always post stuff, so it's nice to just take stuff from there as well. But you can, for video purposes, for anything like that, just come into YouTube and browse around. Like I said, anything that is put out by a Coldwell Banker channel is totally fine for you to use on your own websites. So I'm going to do Coldwell Banker. Let me just type in Coldwell Banker. Oh, our commercials. I love the commercials. I'm a huge fan of the commercials. If you haven't already, part of our Broker Concierge program, for those of you who are new to the company, we do a little bit of a website build for you, and we add some of these commercials to your site. And so this one is one that we've been using as of late on websites. This is a really good one, so I like to add this one as a video. So I'm just going to use this as another example, but you can see if you type in any of our commercials, and we're releasing a lot of new ones this year. We should be releasing, if we haven't already, our new dog one that's coming out. But you can come in here and take any of these videos at all. Military homecoming, this is a great ad. So if I click on this one, okay, I just had to let that play for a little while. I'm a huge fan of our military. So this is a great military video. I know a lot of the Colorado Springs folks are doing business with military personnel and their families. So this might be a good one that you would want to post onto your website. So I'm just going to do another example again, just to hopefully get it into, ingrain it into everybody. So I'm on the video that I chose. I come down below the video. I go to my share button. You should see, once you click on share, you should see share, embed, and email. I'm going to click on embed. And this gives me my embed code, so I'm going to copy that. Then I'm going to go back to my inTouch. I'm going to come into my name in the top right corner and go to website. I'm trying to get to the back end. I'm on my, the back end of my website. I'm going to click on pages, because this allows me, first I got to start with pages. This is going to allow me to get into my drop down where I'm going to choose which page I want this to go in. I want to put this in my communities page. So I'm going to get rid of this. This was just another example that I had done. Okay. Let me clear all of that stuff out for a second. So I did pages. I want to go to communities. I'm in my text box here. And remember, I'm going to hit my source code. I now paste. I click OK. That did not happen. Let's try it again. There we go. So don't freak out if it doesn't immediately happen or something happens. I don't know why that happened, but I just do it again. I know a lot of us sometimes get nervous that we've done something wrong. That's okay. Just go back and try it again. So I've got it in there. I'm going to click save. And if I go back to my website, there we go. And I posted that in my community section. And there it is. Again, this keeps it actually plain within my website. So Sean, you asked another question. Can you put a background picture and overlay that video? I still read that as the first question that you were asking. So why don't offline send me an email? Maybe you can clarify a little bit more what you're looking for. I'm just a little unsure, because like I said, I'm reading that as just putting in an image as a background and then overlaying a video on that. So go ahead and just email me and we can talk a little further about that. But that's about it for adding the videos. Just as a very, very brief recap, everything starts with, if you're going to do your photos, remember that first you need to tell inTouch that you have the photos available, that they're yours to use, and that they're already in your system. So you all start in the marketing center first and you add them to images. You can load all of your photos in here and make sure that you do have the rights to use your photo, whatever photo it is. If it's anything on Coldwell Banker's sanctioned websites, you do have authority to use those. And so you can copy those images, save them on your desktop or any folder, and then just do an upload right into here. Once you get your photo in here, you're going to open it. You do a right click, and you want to copy that image address. It can be copy URL address, anything that is going to say an address. You can definitely do that here. You go back to your website. You go into pages. You choose wherever you want this to live. And then you just click in your insert button and you paste it under source. That's how you get any image added. To add video, you find your video first. It lives on YouTube. And this is all streaming, this is all grabbing videos off of YouTube. So everything should start here in YouTube. You're going to click your share button beneath the video. You click on embed. You copy that entire code. You go back to your website. You put your cursor wherever you want that video to show up. You click on source code, and then you paste that in. That's how to get your video. All right, I think that covers it for us for today. Thank you so much for those of you who were watching. Thanks for sticking with me. We had a really full class, actually. And Sean, like I said, just go ahead and just email me offline because I'm a little uncertain on that secondary question that you were asking. If anybody else has any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'd love to be able to help. We also have a ton of resources. You do have the help tab that takes you to training and support within your inTouch platform. That is an amazing resource. You can learn what I just went over and so much more for your website and also the CRM side of inTouch. You can learn all of that stuff there in that training and support tab. So please don't underestimate that tab. It's really, really helpful. Again, thanks for watching. I hope that showed you a little bit more and clarified some stuff on how to add photo and add video to your website. You know, to start getting video too, don't feel like it has to be perfect if you're going to shoot your own videos. Just do something very short, a little snapshot. You know, like I said, if you walk in the dog or anything like that, just be quick about whatever you're going to shoot. The longer you take, the more you think about it and the more you psych yourself out. And so just shoot anything. You know, you can shoot yourself anytime that you're holding those open houses on the weekends and post that up there. As much content as you can get on your website, it's going to be of a huge benefit and value to you. So don't stop posting. Keep items live and fresh and working on your website so that you can continue being competitive in that search engine ranking. So thanks so much again for watching. I hope all of this was helpful. And like I said, if you do have any questions, any comments, anything at all, you can reach out to me at Katrina, Katrina.debacco, DEBACCO @coloradohomes.com, and I'd be happy to help. Thanks, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.